everyone, welcome to my channel, My Money Saved, where I show you everything related to saving money. So how I save money, my budgeting, monthly budgets, my payday routine, and tips to save money. So if you're interested, please subscribe, and thanks for watching. In today's video, I'm going to show you an easy and simple guide on how to create a budget using Google Sheets. So let's start. So I create my budget and manage my budget using Google Sheets. You can download your app here. If you have a Gmail account, then you can log in and link your Gmail to Google Sheets. Press the plus button here to create an Excel spreadsheet. And then rename it to budget and press on the create button. So it will open up a Excel sheet, Google Sheet, which looks like Excel. I like using Google Sheets because it's free to use and you can use it on your mobile. So create your budget by entering the month and then enter your ins and outs. So you'll have your ins, which will be your pay. So any sort of income that you get either from your primary job, and if you have any side hustles, so put ins. And then a little bit down, put the outs, which are all your expenses. So anything that money goes out for. So for me, things like childcare, property taxes. So if you're renting, you may not have property tax, but you can put rent, and then your condo or rental insurance. I have home insurance. And then we have utilities and credit cards. So I have 3 credit cards. So I put all 3 credit cards. I list all 3 credit cards here. So you can name it, whatever the name of the credit card, or just put credit card 1, 2, 3. Just name it so it's easy to track. I just put credit card 1, 2, 3 just for showing purposes. So, and then phone bill. And then I have car insurance for my car. If you don't have a car or if you commute using bus, then put like transportation, so money that goes for transportation. And then I have gas for my car, so I put gas. And then food. You can further break down and have like a separate tab where you can break down your food budget further. So look at your credit card statement and look at everything that you spent money on that's food related, and you can track that way. But here food is just like everything that you're spending money on. So food, and then do a total line. So make a line that sums up all of your expenses and then sums up all of your payments coming in. So I take the column and I sum it, so B7. And then I also sum the payments, so the income coming in. So I put a total line and then go equals, sum, bracket, and then select your first pay line. So that's B3, and then put a colon and go to column B4. And close the bracket, and that's the total. And at the very bottom, I have a net line, which just takes your pay and subtracts your expenses. So your ins minus your outs. So the total line from your ins minus your total line from the outs. So that'll be your net line. So the net line is your total savings or loss. Could be loss as well. If you're not making enough to meet your expenses, so then that will be a negative. So the invest net line is what you should be tracking every month. So here for reference, I just put 3,000 for pay, and then childcare 400. So these are all monthly payments. So 600. Home insurance, I put 200. So this is just based on my personal bills, but it could be different for you. So just go through your monthly bills. So it's very important to track and know what your expenses are to be able to build this budget. So go pick out your bills and look at it, all the statements, monthly statements, and try to put the amounts in here. So once you finish entering all the amounts, you will see the net line. So you'll see whether your income is sufficient to cover your expenses and how much you're able to save or not save. So it gives you a good idea of where to cut costs, so that you're not going over your budget, and to know what is it that you're truly saving. So here I'm just trying to see where I can cut costs to make the net line not be negative. So yeah, if you can cut costs anywhere, try to do so that you're not in the negative. This is why it's very important to make a budget, so you know how much income you need to bring in and how much costs you're incurring every month. So create a budget and have like a budget tab, and then copy this budget over and have like an actual tab where you can enter in the costs that come in. So have the budget set, so don't change the budget amounts, but have in the actual tab all the actual costs that are coming in, so you can track it that way. So here I'm just color coding, and next step is to copy the January column and make the different months, so all 12 months. So I'll go from January all the way to December. So if you select January, copy, and right click and go to autofill, then it will fill the months for you. You don't have to type it in manually. So there's autofill there. You can click on that. So once you're done entering the months, then you can copy all the amounts and then you can paste it over to all 12 months. So just be mindful, like some months, some of the costs might go up or down. Like for me, like my heating bill, I don't have a heating bill as much. It's just like a basic payment for $50. So my heating bill goes down in the summer times, so I will adjust for that. And like power bill or water usage might be higher or lower depending on whether it's summer or winter, so adjust for that. So the budget is supposed to give you like a realistic idea of how much you're going to spend for that month, and it's like a tracker to see and forecast how much you have expenses coming in, how much money income is coming in, and how much you're left with, so whether you're overspending or underspending. So I copied over all the costs, and it's set, so you can see the net line is the same every month, and you can adjust it accordingly. So you can forecast and have a total line at the end, where I sum all the lines, and this way you can have an idea of a total cost for the whole year, how much everything costs for the whole year. So my income is $42,000. This is after tax. This is just a template. That's not my actual income, and then my expenses are $41.96. So I have a little bit left in my savings, so that I can know whether to invest, put it in an investment account. So this way I know, and I know how much I'm saving, and I can track how much I'm saving. So it's a really good idea to start budgeting. So here you can see I'm saving $800 for the whole year in this situation. The idea is to not be in the negative and to have money and know where your money is going, actually. To know where your income is going, every single expense is tracked in this template, and you know how much to put into savings. So once you see that savings line, like for me, I stick to it and I don't over consume things. I just have an idea that I want to put this in my savings, so I stick to that. So here I'm just naming my sheet budget, and you can say budget projection, and then you can create a new tab that will say actuals budget. Yeah, so this is the template that I use, and I actually make a bi-weekly one. So if you're someone who gets paid bi-weekly, you can make a bi-weekly template. So just split your pay in half and know like where your expenses lie. So if you have some expenses in the first 2 weeks of the month, then you can split it that way. So have everything for first 2 weeks and then another set for like the last 2 weeks, and split your pay and your expenses that way and track it that way. This way you know like how much expenses, how much money you need for the first half of the month and then for the second half of the month. I hope this was helpful, and please leave any questions you have in the comments and I'll respond. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a good day. Bye.